being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred,
meaning credentials.
best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls.
In the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
Simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all
Crown.
crown. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all peak the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all peak the flow.
Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that. With a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money. I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a. She an. Why you do that like that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team, now they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can cover the D like...
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 90, cool. Double dog, that's the way.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Room here to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10. The Browns are in. Touchdown. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use momentum to launch another one.
They'll run here with Lindsey, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Browns.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
53, 53. He don't know no better. He's checking. Crash.
One more time with Lindsey, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. The Jaguars have taken the lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
14, Browns 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Jim. Real. Point it right.
To throw, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. His throw incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Alert! 44, Mike, 44.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returning, it's Benjamin. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it, right?
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. Philip Lindsay doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Able to power through. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Mayfield down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On second down. It's Lindsay, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there. 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Jaguars 47.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Up, left. Wide, get wide. Run.
Mayfield to throw it. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
44. Hey, my 7. Switch. Bobo's and Mike. Mike's Bobo. Real. Show it up.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Regular. Mike 50.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's set a tone. Slam.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. A pretty wild 1st quarter. 21-7, our score. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Joe Schobert with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
And it just shows how important a good punt.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Let's get it. Smoke. 52, Mike 52. Watch the run. No, check that. We're on Mike 52, right? Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
180. 44 to Mike. I got it.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
49, check 49.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 28.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Hey, Mike 52. Mike, it goes. You must be getting tired of seeing this. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Pass incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman's under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jannard Avery. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Phillip Lindsay on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Mayfield on play action. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. .31 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Jaguar first down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Browns get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. 2nd and 3. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
First down, Jaguars.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 90, roll. Check 52.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the 1st down at around the 22. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Well, the training staff. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Well, first I thought that might have been a bobbled snap, but as it developed, it wasn't. They designed that fake, probably wishing they would have kicked it.
Certainly that was not a bobble because we've seen that before, haven't we? You know, and they have a code word, right? Usually a fire. And oftentimes that means move outside, right? They try to find open space and the holder rolls out. He tried to go up the middle. That was designed with blocking, and they had no place to go. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Slam, slam, slam. Hey, alert 33. Tighten up, tighten up. 80 weapon.
Mayfield. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They go play action. Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to Really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Again, Anderson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st down, Mayfield. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Mayfield now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Chubb. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. First down, and it's Pollard again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Red 50. Plant. Check.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. On the carry, it's Chubb. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
All day. Run. Every day. Any day. 4 goes to Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, wahoo! He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 44, Mike, 44.
To throw, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
A 46-yard attempt.
And Seibert yanked it to the left. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They run. Anderson. And an Alec C.J. Anderson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. C.J. Anderson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, go.
A toss running left. Pollard. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 75 yards. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2 and try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Jacksonville first down on a pickup up.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now. 61. Matchbox, right. Check. What happened?
They'll run with Pollard. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
He's coming.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
That's 7. Let's go. You can choose the mic. Watch Mike. On the yard. Check 50. 52's the mic. Check, 52's the mic. Check mic, check. Hey!
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And an alley to run. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Run for Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that ball. Get that.
Here's Pollard again. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. Let's go. We own this. Let's go.
Now here's Pollard, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So that'll back them up 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. It's caught by OBJ. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Mayfield to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back to